It seemed like just 2 weeks ago that we were sharing tips for working remotely rather than almost 3 years ago. Times are adjusting, and many people are working in a hybrid work environment now. Now, hybrid is partially at home and partly in the office, and yet neither of each. This means it isn't as straightforward as just having a different place to work. So, this week, our top 10 list is to share tips to make working hybrid easier for you. And we have a great list too. Our first tip comes from Tracy Kempthorne from Petawawa, Ontario. And Tracy shares that her setup at home is similar to the setup at the office. Perhaps you might have multiple monitors, similar keyboards and a mouse, similar setup, so that you aren't trying to figure out where things are. Preeti B. from Toronto, Ontario says to have a clear understanding of what days your executive or team will be in the office. And if you can, be in the office on those days too. Relationships matter. And if you are not there when others are there, you could be missing out. Our third tip also comes from Toronto, Ontario, and Deborah Beckers. Deb reminds us that we need to remember how to be around people. It seems as if returning to the office has meant loud conversations in open areas, which of course is not good. Now, I realize people are excited to be back at work again, but we need to remember what professionalism in the workplace means. Be aware of your surroundings. Many companies have returned to shared co-working spaces, which means everyone can hear everything. Keep it down. Laura Dunn from Ottawa, Ontario reminds us that when working from home, we still must dress as we would at the office and always turn our cameras on. Be visible. If you can, take those meeting days to be in the office where you will see most of the team. Tip number 5 comes from Sheila Brown from Victoria, BC. Sheila advised us to ensure your fellow workmates know what your schedule is and that you know theirs. Teresa Shattenkirk from Calgary, BC advises you to create a routine and schedule that is the same whether you're working from home or the office. She follows the same work hours and schedule. Take breaks away from your desk at both home and in the office. Lunches be the same schedule. Eugene, Oregon, and Carrie Mealy brings us to tip number 7. We recommended this when we started working remotely, and it still holds true. We still need a dedicated private space for working at home and, if possible, at work. The hotel styling of working allows you to pick in the office where you want to work. So try to pick a spot that is private as you can. We still need to be visible, but we also need to concentrate. At home, don't repurpose your office space. We still need a dedicated private space at home, even if you're only working there once a month. Tip number 8 is Sue Porches from San Diego, California. Sue says that when we are working remotely, we are out of mind, as in out of sight, out of mind. So we need to be as visible and responsive as possible. Answer emails just as quickly as if they dropped by your office. Be sure you don't ever give them the impression that you aren't working as hard when you're working from home as you do from the office. Sadie Green from New York, New York says that we need to set clear expectations and boundaries with our families and colleagues so they understand when we are available. Just because we're working from home doesn't mean we're available 24/7. And number 10 is from me. I travel a lot, and I have my travel bag that is filled with duplicates to take with me. I have an extra plug for my laptop that only comes out of my bag when I'm not at home. My laptop has a plug right here beside me. I have extra cell phone cables, pens, notepads, anything that I might need in a different location lives in my bag. There is nothing more frustrating than getting to one of your offices and realizing you left an important cable at the other office. This way, I don't forget. I don't have to pack up my bag. It's ready to go at all times. Working hybrid is going to take some getting used to. We're going to make some mistakes. We're going to realize that we like one place better than the other, or one is more efficient than the other, but we're going to adapt. These tips, I hope, help the adaptation a little bit easier. Good luck.